What's going on, everybody? So we're doing another live stream and we're just going to be talking about anything you guys have questions on. Now what I've got to do, just so I'm on the safe side of things, I've got to try to find a way to pause this game some sort of way, so that way I can end this and then cancel out all the audio for it, because I forgot to do that beforehand. What's going on, Furus? I hope I said your name right. You said, what's up? What's going on, man? Alright, so I'm going to have to finish this event, and then we're going to have to turn off all audio, but I don't know how that's going to really work itself out. Hopefully I can just turn off all audio, and then we'll be good to go there. What's going on, Chin Tupat? Alright, so we're going to go to extras. Then we're going to go to options, then we're going to go to audio, and we've got to turn this music all the way down, because Lord knows Warner Brothers will race to copyright this entire thing. And I do not want that happening, so we're just going to turn that off, and then we're going to go back into our endless where I can get this going for you guys. But feel free, as I'm setting this up, to ask your questions, and we'll get it going from there. Alright, so I've got that going. I'll go back over to Sub-Zero. We'll do my little rain build, if you will. Alright, now I'm going to pull up the chat log here. I kind of have it on my TV here. For anybody wondering, I'm using the A8G as I'm streaming this. So, basically the entire time this live stream's going on, the A8G will basically be in use. Alright, so now that we've got the stream up, alright, what's going on? Johnny, what's going on? Matt, what's going on? I cannot pronounce that. I can't actually read those characters, so I don't know what that is. But what's going on, man? You said nice Deathstroke pick. Nice pick of culture. Yeah, Deathstroke is like, he used to be my main in Injustice 1. I'm so salty that they took him out. Really do love it. What's going on, Jordan? Thanks for being a member. What's going on, Bob? Thanks for being a member. What's going on, Anthony? Thanks for being a member. I mean, I love seeing the members come out. It's always awesome. Dwayne, what's going on? What's going on, Rod? Sunlips. Sup, dude? I have a coworker whose son-in-law is a Samsung employee. He gets her free stuff all the time. Hypothetically, if there were no limitations, which TV would you recommend? I asked him for Q90T. The Q90T was terrible. I reviewed it, and at no point in reviewing it did I find anything that I personally loved about it to the point of warranting a purchase. So honestly, I would say just pass for 2020. It was really one of the worst years, and you are so much better off just not buying a single 2020 TV, because I've seen a lot from 2021 already. I'm super excited. I'm really angry that they haven't put out the TVs already, because even last year we were seeing TVs as early as February 3rd, and we're now getting close to that. Tomorrow's the 3rd, so if they don't have something out, I'm going to officially be like, well, what's going on? You know, we're getting to the point where they need to start releasing these TVs and stop with the suspense already, for sure. So yeah, to answer your question, I would wait. What's going on, kid? You said, what's up? What's going on? Did you decide what your next TV review would be? Well, the next TV review is going to be pretty random. At this point, it really just depends on what launches, if it's something of value or not. So how I really assess the value of these TVs, if they're worth getting, is if I would personally want to buy it, really. And then I go off of reviews that way. And so far, there isn't even a murmur of releasing any kind of TVs or anything like that. So I don't really know what my next TV review will be. We're going to play that one by ear like, I guess, everybody else here. What's going on, Devontae? What's going on, Anthony? Yeah, I'm definitely having fun. Hope you are as well. What's going on, Chintupat? You said, you got my video about 2021. I did not see anything about Sony in 2021 so far. What was it about? What's going on, Dom? Thanks for being a member. Your C10 settings for my C9. While it never hurts to try, I don't know, because I haven't had the chance to directly test a C9 to see if it would work, and honestly, I think it probably wouldn't. because they're so different and there's so many different moving parts to it that some things will translate well and others not so much. So I don't really know. It's one of those things, it may work for you, it may not. So I really, honestly, it's hard to say. Even from all the C10s that I've purchased, I've had to adjust settings quite a bit, because you'll notice, like, sometimes there'll be more red on one, there'll be more green on one. This one will have more black crush, this one will have more vertical banding, and it's definitely a task. So, I mean, try it out, but I'm not entirely sure. What's going on, kid? You said, so wait for the 2020 models, or 2021 models. I've been looking to get a G10, but should you wait for the G1? I would wait for the G1. I mean, LG's pretty intent on selling the G1 as the next-gen Gen 2 Evo technology. So if you really are serious about LG OLED, then just buy a G1 and call it a day, because the G10 is not going to be what they're highlighting as the next gen. So you might as well, I mean, you're so close, right? We're already in 2021 and we're entering the later parts, or rather mid parts, soon, hopefully, of 2021, rather, when we get into the later parts of February. I mean, so you guys know, you know what I mean. We're getting closer to spring when they've released this stuff, so hopefully it works out. But I would wait for the G1 for sure. Thanks for the advice, not a problem. Dom says gotcha. So, I mean, you guys have probably been seeing a lot of stuff that has been happening right now with GameStop and with those stocks. I've seen so many people talking about it. I've seen so many people with opinions. I want to know what you guys think about that. Because, I mean, I don't trade stocks or anything like that, but, I mean, this thing is, like, basically blowing up. I heard that the Wall Street Bets is getting a movie. I'm like, how does that work? I don't understand this whole process. I didn't know, like, Wall Street could get so popular until Reddit. So, you know, there's that. I don't really know what's going on with that, but I want to hear what you guys have to say about it for sure. Hey Quantum, if you're hurting with the 1080p 27-inch, would you upgrade this year, or do you think I should struggle until Black Friday 2022 Super Bowl, basically? If I had a 27-inch, I would probably... that's hard. That's really hard, because it depends on the quality. I mean, for what you use it for. If all you do is watch TVs or over the air, maybe you could tough it out a little bit longer until that, or maybe it'd be better off to just buy something this year. So, I mean, because really, I really feel like the TVs this year are going to be way better than they were last year. You know, I'm already seeing technology that they didn't even remotely touch or mention last year, so that's good. But then also some stuff seems like it's just lazy, so we'll see how it pans out. Like Vizio's 2021 line is a joke. It's just the 2020 models, literally the exact models. So stuff like that's lazy, but we'll see what happens. But I would definitely wait. Shout out to Devonte for donating $5. As you know, it really helps this channel out. I appreciate it, man. You're one of our longtime supporters of this channel, so I really do appreciate it. Now you go on to say, Quantum, what calibration equipment would you recommend for a beginner? Thanks for all you do. So if I'm a beginner, right, the important thing to understand about display calibrations is you're trying to do one of two things. There is no, like, splitting this community either way. Either you're trying to get the most accurate image possible, or you're just trying to improve your picture quality, right? So if you're one of those people that are looking for the most accurate picture quality, like on planet Earth, of course you need to run out and buy the most expensive gear. But of course, seeing how we're talking beginner's level, let's say you're somewhere in the middle. You want the best picture quality possible, but you also want the most accurate. Then you could always just do what I do personally. Use the X-Rite i1 Display Pro colorimeter. Not a plug for them in any way, but that colorimeter is literally the best you could possibly buy for a beginner, pro, intermediate, doesn't matter. It's a great meter that's very versatile. You can even profile it to other meters, which would allow you to get far more capabilities out of that meter than entry level. It's a meter that can grow with your skill level. So it's wonderful, and I highly recommend that. And then I would recommend the Kalman software, because with Kalman, you'd have the ability to go in and make all kinds of adjustments from Dolby Vision, HDR10. They walk you through it if you don't know what you're doing. The home programs, I know now they broke it up into different licenses, so depending on what TV you have to go in and find each license and then go from there. But they explain it to you with charts and graphs. if you right click on your mouse, you can set like certain parameters. For example, like you can set lines where it should stop, and it'll show you exact guide points. It's like so easy a caveman could do it. And that's why I don't get why so many people jump up and down and try to make it sound so hard or some complex thing. Following Calman software is literally the easiest thing. And if you have a newer TV, you can set it up for auto cal, and then it basically just does all the work for you, and there's literally no thinking involved. So that's what more of the calibrations these days are anyway. And honestly speaking, I think that's the best route to go. An X-Rite i1 Display Pro colorimeter, and then you go the route of the Calman home license for your respective TV, and then you're really good to go. Now, depending on your method, I know some people like to use test pattern generators just starting out. You're not going to have that equipment, so what you're going to need to do is download the Mobile Forge app on your phone. Get yourself a, I forget what it's called, I'm really terrible. It's a USB-C to, I think, male to female. I'm not sure. Don't kill me in the comments. I'm not sure. And then you can hook it up to your phone, and then, no, it's a USB-C to HDMI. That's what it is. And then so you can hook up into your phone, and then you can take the HDMI part into your TV, and then what you can essentially do is send all the test patterns to your television screen with the X-Rite i1 Display Pro if you wanted to read that way as well, if you didn't want to use Calman or something like that, you know what I mean? And you had another software, that's a good way of getting measurements up there. In a way, I'm not making sense here when I think about it because it's Mobile Forge and that would only work with Calman. So that would be the way you get the measurements up on the screen. I'm thinking of something else entirely. But the USB-C to HDMI is also useful if you have your own test patterns and you want to feed it through the television, through like you just have a bunch of patterns accumulated on your phone. You can do it that way as well. Honestly, there's a bunch of different ways as a beginner to really get going, and I think that route would probably be the best. So let me know if you have any more questions on that. Hopefully that was like a thorough breakdown. But we're going to keep going. A shout out to Jordan. I really appreciate your donation of £5. I don't know what that translates to in the US here, but I really appreciate it, man. As you know, it helps. And the fact that you're a member and you're still donating and supporting the channel, really, it means the world to me. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And shout out to Eric. I appreciate you as well. $14.99. He said, keep it up. Most definitely will do. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. Helping grow this channel. That's what we're here for, right? Everybody working together, coming out, and let's get these questions answered. All right, so we've got Ernesto. Ernesto Batista. Sorry for butchering that a little bit. You said hello from New York. Nice to talk to you, man. It's really cool to hear where you guys come from. If you guys shout out where you're from and like the coolest thing about where you live. I really like being where I live my whole life. I don't really know much about other places in the world, so if you have something unique about your area, I'd love to hear it. Like just unique stuff like that. Just tell me. So that'd be really cool. But yeah, thanks for shouting out from New York. We've got Big Dan, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by tonight. We've got Kid, you said, thank you, bro. It's just hard waiting. I completely understand. I hate waiting myself. I'm extraordinarily impatient. I mean, and that's kind of like partially why I like respond to as many people as I do. I don't know about you, but like when I go on other YouTubers' channels, because I'm not the only YouTuber around, right? And I'm asking questions, looking for that engagement. For the life of me, my biggest pet peeve is when they don't get back to me. Because it's like, it takes 2 seconds to answer a comment that's not very long, and for them to sit there and ignore you is like, come on, bro. Like, really? Why even have a comment section? So, I don't know. That's just a personal thing, but I really do appreciate it. And honestly, I want to talk to you guys about something that's really funny now that I think about it, because I'm thinking about where you guys are from, and like some of you guys may know where I'm from or you may not, but the movie Crawl, okay? How many of you have seen that movie? I literally for the first time just watched it on Hulu, and for the life of me, oh my god, that is comedic gold. If you've seen the movie Crawl, let me know. And bro, we're gonna talk about this, because right down to Floridians having basements, our alligators kicking doors. I mean, that movie was outrageous, bro. Like, oh my god. And I'm very late. The movie's like 2019, but I don't run out and watch every movie, and it looked stupid for the theaters. So when I seen it on Hulu, I was like, why not? Let me just tell you, the other night I was laughing so hard, my wife and I were like literally rolling. And then the fact that they said it's a Category 5 hurricane force wind, but then they had helicopters. I was like, get out of Dodge, bro. This is ridiculous. But yeah, that's, I don't know, man. I'm just having fun here. Don't mind me, guys. All right, so back on topic. We're going to answer some more of these awesome questions you guys have for me. We have, what TV are you playing on right now? The Sony Bravia A8G is my daily driver, and literally every time I'm playing a video game in a live stream, it's this TV. I basically have been using this for everything, and lately I've been emulating the heck out of PS3, particularly my favorite PS3 games. And I tell you right now, it's a dream. I love this TV setup. It's the best. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, okay? So I'm going back and forth, and I'm looking at what the C10 can do, looking at what the A8G can do, and I'm like really feeding off of one another. And I'm gonna eventually move the C10 into my area here so I can use the A8G as a reference monitor to try to improve things for the C10. But essentially it's like this. I go from the C10 in there, and I'm just working so hard on getting these settings right, and then I leave and I come back and I look at my A8G, and I swear to God on my life, dude, I come back and I'm like, it's an entirely different ball game. The experience is way better day and night. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, everyone watching, I really regret buying the C10. I hate it that much. Some of you might like it and it might be your daily driver, but having an A8G and then going down to a C10, even to work on it for settings, is like such a blow to my pride right now. Because like I really know there's better image quality out there than that. And like it sucks because I try to explain that, and there's so many people that get angry about it. They're like, I will do everything in my power to expose the fact that you're a fraud. I'll do you guys seen it, right? The relentlessness that some of these people have. And I don't get it, because that TV is disappointing. If it was that good, I would have long since submitted and said it was the best thing since sliced bread, but it's really not. And it's hard for me because I want it to be there, so I've got to really work on it. And let me just tell you, being on this A8G, I'm kind of, it's hard for me because I want to go back to the A8H, if I'm being honest with you, and just say, screw it, I'll go back to the A8H and just rock with that, because if I got to get stuck with something, I'd rather it be that. But I don't know, man. I'm really trying to follow through for the C10 guys. But they ain't making it easy, man. They're being real disrespectful, some of them. A lot of you, though, are really being cool about it. Some of you guys have even come around and realized, like, maybe I'm not that bad, right? I'm just a person trying to help you out. So I really appreciate the ones that have come around. But, yeah, my TV right now that I'm using is the Sony A8G. You said, and we had Sunlips. You said, Maria, I think it's the A9. Nah, I'm rocking the A8. I got rid of the A9G because the A9G had a lot of motion artifacts, which when you think about it, it makes totally no sense. That's a TV that's Master Series bragged about by like everybody as supposedly being this greatest thing. And that's why I'm so scared for 2021, right? These reviews are going to hit, and all these guys are going to do is look out for their pocket, right? They're not going to look out for you. They're going to do what Wall Street's doing right now to GameStop, right? How they're basically just crushing the little guy and making it so no real information gets out. That's what we see every year with these publications. And that's why I do what I do, because it's frustrating. Because in the same breath they tell you the A90J will be amazing, the LG C1 will be amazing, they'll completely overlook TVs like the LG B1 that maybe might have better performance, or the A80J, which might have better performance. And I don't know about you, but that's what I've noticed as a trend, and that's exactly what happened last year in 2020. So hopefully they don't continue with that, but if they do, well, this year I'm here and I'll be helping you guys out. Now, that being said, we've got some more questions to answer. We've got, let's see, Max, what's going on? You said GameStop is dropping on price now. Might be a good time to short it, LOL. Yeah, I mean, nothing lasts forever, I suppose, and they are using literally every trick in the book. I noticed there were a lot of one-star reviews that Robinhood got, and they magically went missing. I mean, this habit that we've gotten into as a society of allowing corporations to step in and say, we're now going to censor your free speech. We're now going to remove your one-star reviews when a product or service genuinely deserves it, really gets on my first nerve. Because it's like, how do you know if anything is what it's supposed to be? It's the ultimate catfish, right? And that's what we see so often happening on social media, and I'm sick of it. Really, that's another reason I do what I do here, because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the catfishing. It's like, can people not just be genuine anymore? Like, is that too much to ask? Like, just say, hey, be a real person, be you, the best variation of you could possibly be. I'll rock with everything else, just be yourself, right? You know what I mean? Could people do that? No. And that's what's really bothersome. So yeah, it might be a good time for anybody with GameStop stock to maybe get rid of it, because Lord knows they're not going to let you do much with it after a while. What's going on, Ferris? What's happening? You said, I also wanted to know if have a prediction on maybe a 55-inch Hisense if it's around the same price as the H9G. I would maybe say the only one right now is the TCL, but we're so close to the new models being released in spring that I would wait for spring. Anything 2020 did, I would treat 2020 as if it's dead and doesn't exist and didn't have any TVs, unless you were like somebody really struggling and hurting for a TV, because they performed so lazily last year that to buy it, you may notice a massive difference from your 1080p TVs, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. It'll be huge, and it'll be amazing. And so when I say things like the C10 sucks, or I say things like maybe this Samsung Q60T sucks, it might throw people way off guard because they're like, what is this guy talking about? My 1080p TV from like 13 years ago looks nothing like this monster in front of me. And yeah, that's just kind of due to the fact that you've been out of the game for so long. But I'm telling you right now, trust me on this one, wait for the 2021 TVs. I've been saying it all year, all last year. I'm saying it all year now. Wait, do not just do it now. Run out and buy it. Don't go falling for the clearance sale prices. And, you know, I just want to clear something up as well. I know a lot of you see I have the C10, and it might sound hypocritical because in the same breath I'm saying wait, I also bought a C10 myself. Believe me, that's not lost on me. I don't want the C10 for the first thing that I have to say. I really hate that TV, and the only reason I'm doing it is because I had a lot of members. I'm gonna butcher your name, by the way. Please forgive me for this. I think it's Ashwin. I'm not sure. He was one of the people that really wanted me to do this, and he's one of our members, to get the C10 and to really help him out and to get the picture that he's looking for. So, you know, I tried it out again for those people, the people that are really supporting me and looking at what we do here at the channel and believing in me. So, of course, I'm going to go out on that limb for them. You know what I mean? So that's the reason I have it. But really, honestly, I want to get rid of it like yesterday morning. Like, they couldn't even give it away for free, and I'm salty that I even paid for it like a second, third time. Like, you know, I'm not happy with it. Really, honestly, hear me on this. I hate that TV. Like, it's the one-legged redheaded stepchild in the room. I'll just say that. Now, that being said, we're gonna move on to more questions. We've got Juan, what's going on? Thanks for being a member. You said, hey Quantum, what's your guess on the pricing for the LG G1 77-inch? I'm gonna say no less than $32.99. It's gonna start there, maybe even higher, maybe $39.99. They can get away with it. $34.99. It's gonna be one of those weird price points. $32.99, $34.99, or $39.99. Those are the price points I think it's gonna come in at, and it may just be depending on the sizes they choose, but that is not gonna be a cheap TV. You are gonna pay out the nose for that. And the same for the A90J. That thing ain't coming in anything less than $4 grand, man. They're gonna really rake you through the coals, because they have this new method of how they got their TV brighter, and it's all about using cooler metals and all that stuff. Nobody cares, man, if you can't make it affordable for a lot of people. That TV is just going to sit on the shelves for the majority of the year. So for most people, while it's cool, it's not an option that's viable. So, and honestly, in my experience, from what I've seen, like even on this channel, right, most of you guys probably would have 1,500 to $2 grand to knock about for a TV, but to bust out with $3-4 grand just to blow on a TV, that is not a very normal thing, and most people don't do that. So I think that it's just really stratospherical pricing from Sony, as they usually do. Samsung's going to do the same thing. LG is going to do the same thing. So a lot of these TVs are going to be like a no-go at the highest level, like the G1. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about your financial status or anything, or assuming that. I'm just saying what I've noticed for most people. So, honestly speaking, I think it's going to be very expensive. Anthony, what's going on? You said the GameStop thing was really cool. It exposed the corruption on Wall Street. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen so much, but I'm gonna sound like a total hypocrite here. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, I'm gonna expose myself 100%. I'm an independent. I don't vote for anybody. Don't kill me in the comments, okay? I really am not in this political stuff. But I will say, back in 2016, Bernie Sanders was wrecking Hillary Clinton a lot when he was talking about the Wall Street speeches that she was giving behind closed doors, and that whole part was getting exposed, and so people already kind of had a weary feeling about Wall Street. And then after this whole like stonks thing, it just kind of exploded even further with GameStop. So yeah, most definitely exposed the corruption of Wall Street. And I think it's very interesting how like something so like insignificant to most of our lives, right? Like Wall Street, who cares about that, right? It's just now blowing up everywhere and has become ultra mega super viral, right? And I think that's the weirdest thing. Like of all things, Wall Street, right? Like how do you even gauge what goes viral? It's very weird. What's going on? Dan, you said, what TV do I buy from Samsung? I know you aren't thrilled about the with their 2020 products, but it's but is there something that you can recommend? Basically something to hold you over for the year. I mean, honestly, man, I wouldn't buy from Samsung. Not in 2020. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm going to give you a real-world example of how bad 2020 was. And, of course, some things in 2021 will obviously follow this laziness trend. But I recently needed a new phone for work. I bought myself the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE. That phone is such dog garbage, okay? Garbage from my S9 that I come from, and both the visual quality and the colors that I'm like blown away that this is even passing quality control. The black levels are virtually gray. You know, when you get to most things, when you turn the brightness up, the colors are, oh my god, I could rant like nobody's business about that phone. I am not happy. The back is cheap plastic. It's not the nice smooth glass. And again, they wanted $699 for this phone before tax. And that's just that one part of it. The one part of it, dude. And this is Samsung as a bigger picture, because this tells a story as to their company. Because when you look at the QLED line that they had, starting from the Q60T onward, that whole line was trashed. They downgraded virtually every aspect of picture quality. It's in fact so bad that when you go on Amazon right now and look up the Samsung Q8FN from 2018, the only TV in Samsung's lineup that they really recommend as being a clear replacement is the Q90T. That's how bad Samsung did on their Q80T. To put it in perspective, the Samsung Q7FN could body a Q80T. That shouldn't happen. It's an edge-lit TV and all this other stuff. So my point being, they go out of their way to really downgrade things, and we're only going down this path of products getting more cost-effective for the company. But what that means for us is that it's cheaper. It's poorly made. Like, they're not even giving us chargers anymore with our phones. I mean, our remotes are becoming hollow, cheap plastic. They're taking away gloss finish off of remotes and products. They're scaling back left and right. And only people like me that stand up and say, hey, listen, this is not cool. I noticed you downgraded that. Maybe stop that. Are going to fix this. But unfortunately, like I tell you guys all the time, influencer marketing and affiliate marketing is aggressive. There are millions of dollars at stake here. And they are not about to let some guy like Quantum TV step in the field and say, hey, listen, he's conning people because he was paid to give that review. That's like so taboo. Don't say that on YouTube. Like, oh my god, you're the worst person. You're too negative for me. You'll have all the people in the world defend that behavior, but now we see it in 2020 products. So when cool people like you, Dan, come out and you want to know, like, what's the deal with these products, I have no choice but to tell you, they downgraded these products, and it's because of the consumers that defend the downgrades that we are in this mess in the first place, and it's only getting worse. So sadly, I would say it sucks, but I would really wait to see if they've improved their game. Now, fortunately, with Samsung Neo, it seems like they're turning things around quite a bit. Now, how much? I don't know. I've never seen them. I'm not going to pull a FOMO and just gaslight and say everything's great and make you feel a type of way. I'm going to tell you like it is. I have never seen it. I'm not going to do comparisons. I'm not going to say one versus the other until I actually have it in front of me. But that being said, I think you'll have a better chance in 2021. What's going on, Dom? You said, oh wait, I already answered that question. Oh wait, did I already answer that question? Let's see. Do you think buying calibration equipment is worth it if I'm satisfied with ISF dark, bright, etc.? Or am I missing out essentially? Yeah, so no, Dom, I didn't answer your question. My bad. So essentially, calibration equipment can be worth it, but it can also be quite the crutch. So there are some people that solely rely on the calibration equipment, and I really hated calibrators like this, and I still do, that outside of reference accuracy, they don't know anything else and refuse to explore the technologies that engineering, you know, masters at Sony, Samsung, and LG work so hard to create to give you an edge in their TV performance. And so they go and they disable all that stuff. My point with this is, calibration equipment is great, but if all you're going to do is rely on it, it's not. And also, if you're satisfied with the ISF modes right now, I mean, you don't need to spend any extra money, because if you're happy, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Now, where it could be useful to get calibration equipment, right, is if you're somebody that's excited about the idea of reference accuracy. You're planning on printing out, you know, photography, and you're planning on, you know, mastering all that stuff on your television, right, your LG, and using that as a reference monitor, then you might want to have reference accuracy for prints, because when you print it out, you can get to a problem where it looks way oversaturated if you're using a reference over, you know, the standard, or a preference over reference, you know what I mean? So that's the only time it really matters, is when it's like, it has to be a certain way for prints to look good. But other than that, man, like, really, like, if it's your TV, have fun with it. Like, really explore everything they gave you for the dollar amount you paid. Don't be one of those people that say, I'm afraid to use it because this isn't accurate. Because accuracy has been weaponized in 2021, and in 2022, I'm sure it will continue to be weaponized. So let's just forget all that stuff. I think it can be worth it, but it's not necessary if you're already happy. Anthony, what's going on? You said USB-C to HDMI at Best Buy. I got mine off of Amazon, so I mean, I don't know their reputation outside of, I don't know what my experience is, but if it's Best Buy brand, avoid it. Like the Rocket Fish, the Dynex, I don't mess with any of that stuff. So if it's Best Buy branded, run, don't walk. At least in my experience. I'd just go on Amazon and get it. Which so sucks, by the way. Let me just put this out there. Because while everybody had to lose their small business and close down, these major companies like Walmart and Amazon were given like the most amount of privileges to be able to stay open, no matter how many cases they reported, no matter what they did. And it sucks because they essentially got a free pass to kill small business. And so to give them more money, I understand for some people, because I saw a comment that was like, why are you recommending I shop at big business? I understand that some people really are upset about it. Believe me, I lost my business. I'm there too. I get it. But sometimes you really just don't have a choice for some of these things. So for some people that get angry about it, just understand that it's not me going out of my way to do something, if that makes sense. So hopefully that makes sense, and I would recommend, yes, getting it from Amazon and not Best Buy. Devontae, what's going on? You said thank you so much for the thorough recommendation. I will definitely consider purchasing that colorimeter. Yeah, definitely consider it for sure. I'm gonna mess this up. Ritadello? I hope I said that right. I probably didn't get it anywhere close. You said, hello from Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen, that's that place in that Daredevil movie, right? I'm not sure if it's a real place, and I like literally just probably made myself sound really stupid, but I don't know, so who knows. Don, what's going on? You said, New York, we just got 2 feet of snow. Damn, that sucks. Yeah, where I'm at, our trees literally just are starting to lose leaves, you know? It's kind of that thing. And it's weird, because, like, when you live in Florida, people tell you, oh, you don't get seasons, you don't get seasons. But then I, like, look out and the trees are red and yellow and green and stuff like that. And it's beautiful. It really is quite nice. We do get seasons, you just have to be at the right time of year to see the leaves changing colors, and then like pay close attention, and sometimes you'll see it. Now obviously palm trees never change colors, and those things are just whatever, but you can find in Florida some places that do definitely have seasons, so that's cool. 2 feet of snow though, I don't know, man. I'm like, dude, I go outside and it's like 50 degrees and I'm like, yep, getting that jacket. Like, I'm not doing it. But like all day every day, 102 degree weather even, I'm good. Like whatever, it doesn't matter. So it's so weird, like how you guys are like 2 feet of snow and it's like, it's just everyday life. What's going on, Donkey? Thanks for being a member. You said Arizona, and then you said Arizona. What happened with Arizona? Hold on, I'm trying to see. My chat is lagging. Give me a second. Waiting for the lag. There it goes. Okay, so you said Arizona and it was 80 degrees today. That's crazy. 80 degrees in winter. That's pretty sweet though. Not even here. Not even in Florida, bro, did we have that. That's pretty cool. Most Critical says, hello from Sweden. What's going on? That's really cool. Sweden. They're like really neutral on like everything, I hear. I hear the people there are chill too. Lou, what's going on? You said, hey, does each picture mode need to be set or need to be calibrated independently? Buffalo, New York. Very cool. Yes, it does need to be calibrated independently because each picture preset will take on different characteristics. For example, cinema will be targeted more for cinema, so it'll have a different way of setting all those different pictures settings, right? So when you look at it, you'll see some things are checked off, some things aren't, depending on the picture preset. Well, they even change the white balance setting around. So for example, if you're in cinema, your white balance is going to be way different than when you go to something like Vivid, where they're targeting more cool, more striking, more grab you win image quality. So it's really weird how they go about it, but yes, essentially it does. Anthony, what's going on? You said Southeast Texas, the food. That's really, really cool. So the food in Southeast Texas, huh? Eric Ortiz, what's going on? You said Fort Lauderdale, LOL. Summer all year round this side of the week. Oh, I already know. Dude, South Florida is something else. I'm 5'6" all day, baby. So you already know. You already know, man. It's sunny literally all the time. And I like that. But also it sucks sometimes because sometimes you want to see some of these seasons like other people talk about. Like, I know we have different changing leaves sometimes, but I want to see some of these snow seasons sometimes, and it sucks because I hear people talk about snowball fights and stuff, and I never get to see any of that. I've been a Floridian my whole life, never ever once threw a snowball. I've never thrown a snowball. It sucks. I wish we could get snow in Florida. That'd be fun. It would be the biggest. Yo, speaking of which, did you hear about that Florida? What was it? That snow park? That, like, oh my god, they literally just spray painted the carpet to look like snow. It was like melting blocks of ice. Oh my god, that thing was the biggest fail ever. It was such a joke. So yeah, that's how Florida's doing right now, guys. Ferris, I think I said that right, hopefully. He said, I'm from Rhode Island. Very cool. I like literally never hear anything about Rhode Island. He said the state is 45 miles long and it has probably the best food in the country. Really? What kind of food do you guys have there? You said it's so diverse and dense. Hey, I mean, if you guys can make a case for where you live and why I should vacation there, I'm all ears because I'm looking to spend some flight credits. So, hey, by all means, let me know what's up because I mean, I need some places to go for sure. We've got Null, he said, very cheesy. We like Ice Pirates. Ice Pirates. That's funny. We've got Perry, what's going on? You said, what's up from Panama City Beach? Cool white sands. Sounds like good living over there. I mean, we get yellowish, whitish sands, so I don't know. You know what beaches I really want to go to is those really cool black sand beaches. I think that is the coolest crap ever. Never seen it, but I really want to see it. What's going on? Anthony, you said we did that movie. We really did, though. And the director would not take his L for anything. He was like, no, it wasn't a basement. It was a crawl space. And everybody was like, well, why does it have doors that open up into a basement? And it was bigger than any crawl space, which is typically like a few feet high, like not even as high as they had it. It was, bro, cap of the century, dude. Oh my god. I'm probably going to watch that movie again. I'm not going to lie. I want to laugh now. Yo, Crawl was something else. Oh my god. And they really, like, they could not have had the most unbelievable scenes. Dude, literally, bro, oh my god. Tell me how this girl got bitten by an alligator, dragged underwater. Alligator's death rolling. She somehow miraculously gets out by burning the alligator with a flare and does a pull-up on the roof to escape after being gator rolled. I mean, this movie, I mean, if you haven't seen Crawl and you're just kind of listening to me ramble about this random movie, seriously, look at it, man. I'm telling you, it's on Hulu right now. Funniest movie. You're gonna laugh. I mean, just the part when when the gator kicks open the door like the Kool-Aid man, like, oh yeah. Like, oh my god. They could not have been serious, but like, nothing is better comedy than when somebody is like dead ass serious with you. And it's legit a comedy. That's the funniest part. So yeah, definitely check that movie out. Shout out to David Gonzalez for your donation of $10. I really appreciate it. David says, what's up, QA? You said, here's a little something for the channel. You said, I won't buy a new TV till I see reviews of 2021. I really appreciate that, Faith, man. Thank you for that. You said, I want to buy an HDMI 2.1 with the best picture for movies and gaming. Peace. Most definitely, man, and as you know, it always goes towards helping the channel out, so I appreciate you as well. One of our really long-time followers as well. So, yeah, anytime I hear about something with these TVs, you guys already know, I'm going to put you on, I'm going to let you know what's up, and yeah, most definitely appreciate it, brother. I'm going to mess this up. Pepe... Shit, I'm not even going to try that. Just what's up, man? You said, anybody know when the new Hisense is going to be released? Thanks. I don't know, but I heard that sometime at the end of this month, they're supposed to be revealing what they have planned as far as a lineup in the States, because they've only done it in Australia. But I'll believe that when I see it. I know, like, they have mini LEDs that they've talked about, but they haven't talked release dates. None of these companies. And, you know, it makes no sense. You think, like, you're releasing a product, you tell people when to be excited to go run out and buy it and build hype for it. But these idiots are literally just like, yeah, we all collectively have TVs coming. And we're like, okay, cool, so when? And they're like, we all have TVs coming. And we're like, we know that. When? And they're like, yes. It's just like talking to a wall. It's the funniest thing, man. Alright, so, Jay Moran, you said, that's good money. You said... Mine was 22 at 65 inches. Most definitely, you said we got 18 inches of snow in Connecticut. That's wild. 18 inches, man. I don't even know, like, what I would do if I had to, like, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not from, like, these northern areas, okay? So, like, don't hate on me. I really don't know what I'm talking about. But, like, don't you guys have to put chains on your tires or something like that for the snow and, like, salt the driveway and, like, maybe salt your car? I don't know. So let me know about that, because I'm really interested about northern life, because I only know southern life. I'm like a southern boy, Florida grown, all day, every day. Don't know nothing about this, you know, northern life. So let me know. It's so intriguing, because I never really talk about this with anybody. What's going on? Davidus Normantis. What's going on, man? Thanks for being a new member and welcome to the family. I appreciate you. As you know, it definitely goes towards helping us out here and grow the channel, so welcome aboard. Glad to have you. We've got... you said, the anime rapper. You said, do you know... I'm sorry, do you use BT 2020 for game mode as well? So... For anybody wondering, I've seen a lot of questions about BT 2020 this week after my video. I'm going to clear all that up right now. So for BT 2020, I use it all the time, full time for everything, movies, gaming, over the air. There's not a moment I don't use it. So I get a little creative from time to time, and I'll turn down saturation when I'm watching over the air, raise it back up when I'm gaming, lower it back down for movies. I'm always moving around the color dial, and when I put settings out, I try to do what I call general acceptance rules. And what that basically means in English is generally what most people would be satisfied seeing. So they're not always necessarily how I personally set my television, because maybe not everybody would be satisfied with what I use. But what I do is I collectively take in a bunch of opinions that I've received from a lot of people, and I try to create settings at a certain color value that a lot of people would enjoy. And that's kind of how I go about it when I put out these settings. Now, as far as personally, BT 2020 is my jam. If you haven't tried it already, because maybe you've been afraid of it, or maybe some people really bought into the whole, you know, you're oversaturating the color space, makes no sense. Understand this, when you're in BT 2020, you have the ability to desaturate color and make it black and white if you chose to, like I was showing. You have color dials, white balance, and all that stuff. Cool. But another thing to keep in mind is every TV is going to handle BT 2020 differently as well. I'm probably going to do a video to showcase this off against the C10 and the A8G to show you exactly how different the BT 2020 representation can be. But essentially it does a lot for your content, and it's so amazing how explosive the colors can get. and that kind of benefit is insurmountable. That's why I get so angry when I see the new Samsungs that don't have them, you know, and you've got to go through a secret menu on LG to even access BT 2020 for SDR. Now that leaves the million-dollar question, of course, that I saw this week. Well, what happens when you have native HDR content that or regular content that's BT 2020? I'll let you guys know, everything that is BT 2020 right now is HDR, and HDR sends an entirely different signal, as you know, that will switch the metadata, that will switch the gamma points, that will switch everything up, and it's an entirely different preset for HDR. So when you set settings for SDR or BT 2020, it holds no consequence whatsoever in HDR. And I saw so many people on HDTV test side of things, by the way, really trying to dog on me, like saying this idiot doesn't know that, you know, blase, and I'm laughing so hard. You guys have no idea. Like, I really gave myself a good tickle off of that one, because it's like, really, guys, you don't know that HDR can send a signal that changes the gamma and changes the color space? That kind of stuff really cracked me up. It's like, just look into it. ST2084, I mean, I don't want to have to say too much more than that, but it's funny stuff when people try to call you on stuff, but they are loud and wrong. But I'm sure most of you have experienced that in your lifetime as well with people. So hopefully that answered the question. The anime rapper. What's going on? William? I usually see Williams, but William, that's a unique name. What's going on? You said, hey, what's the best budget TV to buy at the moment? At the moment, the best budget TV I can think to buy would be the Hisense H9G. So far, there hasn't been anything in my testing that has surpassed it, and that's at the LED level. Now, for OLED, the Vizio OLED, bar none, that's the best budget to buy right now. It's really cheap, and it's good for movies and TV shows. For gaming, it's absolute trash, and I would not recommend it because they lock out settings. But outside of that, I mean, really, it's not that bad. And honestly, the HDR performance really is the best I've ever seen on an OLED. Really, I miss that HDR performance. It was really good. Watching, like, even garbage movies like the Justice League, I was like, wow, this looks really good. So, yeah, it's a good experience for sure. But those are the two best I would recommend, though I would still wait to buy. What's going on, Christian? You said, whoa, I gave you a shout out on Review Tech USA stream since he was talking TVs a lot. And then you said, hold on, chat just reloaded again. Where am I? You said, whoa, gave you a shout out on Review Tech USA USA stream since he's talking about TVs a lot. Him recently buying two C10s. I told him your advice about the BT 2020 color. I wonder if he actually took it, or if he did what most people probably do and just go on HGTV test, look at the thumbnail, don't do this, see the advice, and was like, cool, that's all I needed to hear. I really hope people get creative and start exploring their products, you know? Take ownership over your stuff, you know? But thank you for that, by the way, Christian. I really appreciate the shout out. I mean, I don't really clout chase or look for anything like that. I mean, I really just kind of put out content and it's like, take it or leave it. So the fact that I have people that really support what I do and love what we do here and are actively a part of this community, I love you guys, man. You guys are fantastic. Quadruple L, that's what I'll call you. What's going on, man? You said, what did you think about Cyberpunk? I actually never played it because I couldn't get past the nudity thing. I don't play games that have nudity in them. I find it very trashy. I don't really like it. That's a personal thing for me. But I saw some of the memes on TikTok that people were making of the load times on PS4. I saw some of the performance on PC. I was like, my God, they really hyped this thing up a lot, and it looks nothing like the trailer at all. Like, not even the CGI screenshots, which is kind of really unforgivable. So I don't know. I think Cyberpunk, that was like a WWE 2K20. And if you haven't heard about 2K20, look up the memes for that. It's going to drive you crazy. No, we have all-wheel drive, so I guess you guys don't put chains on your cars. Thank you for that, Jay Moore, and I appreciate that. Big Dan says, hey Q, do you offer one-on-one service for members that I can pay you on a line and show you, excuse me here, my Q8FN over the settings with you? Let me know. Yeah, I mean, I kind of just give my number to most members anyway, so if you have a way of reaching out via Facebook or something like that, just shoot me over your information. I'll probably shoot you a text or something. It's really not a big deal. But for the most part, yeah, I can try to help you out. Are you having a particular problem with your Q8 or something like that? that you need worked out or something, let me know kind of like, I guess, the crux of the problem here. What's going on? Ritaldo, I'm messing this name up. What's going on, man? I'm just gonna skip that part and just answer the question. You said, I have radiant sealed heat under my driveway. Huh, that's really cool. To battle the snow in New York. That's really cool. I didn't know that that was even a thing. Like, under the driveway? So, like, is it built into, like, the actual pavement? Like, you know, like heated floors? Is that a thing? Because if so, that's, like, the coolest thing I've heard so far. Like, where does it... I mean, I guess it could be wired underground, but that is, like, the coolest thing. It really is. Jonathan, what's going on? You said, love your channel. I appreciate that. You said, but you got me worrying about malware disguised as updates, as you should be, my friend. You said, which brands do you trust to not downgrade their older products? Absolutely none of them. You're dealing with corporate America, you're dealing with corporate Japan, corporate Korea, anyone corporate, they're trying to get money, and the best way to do that is to make you get buyer's remorse. But there's no real way to do that if every year you're holding on to these products for decades and decades. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to slow your stuff down. And it's honestly in their best interest to do so, and let me tell you why. Because the legal repercussions that they can get usually way outweigh the, you know, as far as the benefits outweigh the legal repercussions. Like, so let's say, for example, they stand to make, let's say, some ridiculous number like $150 million in one particular region, but the lawsuit fines that they have to pay are maybe $20 million. They've still profited off of that end, even having to pay fines. So it's better to just slow stuff down, get a slap on the wrist for 20 million, and be just fine. And that's usually what these companies do. So they know that, and it's a regular practice of slowing down products. So I would not trust a soul. They are not on your side. Don't ever update your product. Like, honestly, I literally just bought the S20. I'm not updating it because what I've noticed with my S9, some people are going to call me a conspiracy theorist. That's cool. You could do that, but I've studied this, and I'm seeing that when I go into my phone and I have certain things set up, my internal storage is being eaten way faster after recent updates. Like, for no explainable reason. There's nothing on my phone, there's no apps, there's nothing like that, and I'm noticing all the data is just gone. It's now saying that I have 61 gigs used out of 63 available, and I'm just like, there's literally nothing on here though. It's all on the SD card, so it makes no sense. Nothing in the cache, nothing. So be careful with that, because these updates, I feel, can do a lot more than we give them credit for, and that's just what I'll say there. So yeah, I don't trust any updates, John. Cows, what's going on, man? You said Quantum, I made it to your live chat. I'm so glad you finally made it, bro. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. You said, can't wait for your Sony or Samsung review because I need a new TV. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you for that, brother, and definitely will do. I'm looking forward to when they're finally ready to kind of like reveal these release dates. I'm waiting like everybody else, and so far nothing. Skating Pro, what's going on? You said, took your cool settings and tweaked it a bit. You said color temperature at C50. I love that pop and vibrant colors, grass, skies, etc. You said, change my movie experience. The Mulan movie looks amazing. Do calibrators do cool? No, typically calibrators kind of go to the warmer side of things, but honestly, it's about you having fun with your TV. So I'm all about you kind of taking it off the rails. All my settings really are like the best starting point possible at the worst case scenario, and the best case scenario, like the best settings you've ever seen. You know what I mean? And it's great because, you know, it's like for most people, they kind of see it the way I do, because like YouTube allows us to set a price point, right? And I can choose as low as $5. That's the baseline that they let us set. Or I could go as high up as, I think it's like $100 or whatever for memberships. So I could charge more, but I choose to keep it low because it's like, dude, I just want to help the channel grow a little bit. $5 at a time, not a big deal. I'm not like money hungry or anything like that. I'm just trying to help grow us and keep us profitable so that we move forward with these reviews, right? They ain't cheap, you know? You're talking, some of these TVs are like $3,000 a pop. So it's definitely expensive, and you can't return them all the time. And I've definitely lost my fair share of money too, and especially using Facebook Marketplace to sell these things off. It sucks. I hate doing that. Some people are really sketchy and they love haggling. I hate hagglers, by the way, but it is what it is. But my point being is, like, yeah, some calibrators do cool settings, and I'm glad that you're able to see the Mulan setup kind of a lot better than what you had before. So as long as you're happy with it, all that really matters. You said, was a member, but you said needed to update my payment method, which is fine. No worries there, man. You said this is on the C810, by the way. So, yeah. And I've got some new C10 settings that I'm working on right now, so I'll be putting those out soon. And I'm trying to do some creative things with that as well, so I'll see where I can get with that. But so far, so good. But I'm glad you're enjoying what you've got so far, Skating Pro. Chilean321, what's going on? You said, hi, did you test the firmware for the KS8000? No, I will not be testing any more firmware on my KS8000. That still actually is a sore spot for me. I'm kind of a little tender there, a little hypersensitive, like some of these. Let me stop. Some of these people on YouTube these days. But no, really though, I'm just like, honestly, I don't want to update it because I've lost so much performance out of that TV by updating it. Like when we first had the KS8000, it used to toggle on, letting you know with a banner or notification at the top every time you were in HDR mode. They took that away. Then the black levels got weaker. Then the motion got worse. Then they gave motion back. And it's like this balancing act of taking and giving things, and I'm not with it. So ultimately, I'm just like, screw it. I'm done with it. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I won't be reviewing 1243 anytime soon. Maria, what's going on? You said, what TV are you using right now? The Sony A8G. Ritaldo, how do you say your name? I am butchering this every time I see it. That name is stumping me. What's going on? You said, yes, like heated floors, like heated floors, water sealed radiant heating makes me life easier. Yeah, I can imagine so. You don't have to go out there and actively do anything. I didn't even know they were doing that. Like, just to put it in perspective, I'm operating on such a like backwards way of thinking. I literally thought that the only way you could like get the snow off the ground is by salting your driveway, or like, I don't know, using something, because I know like if you put water out there, even if it's hot water, it'll just freeze again if the temperature's cold enough, so that probably won't work. So I mean, I really didn't know that you guys were doing like the whole heated driveway thing. That's like the coolest thing I learned today. And by the way, I was today years old when Ritaldo taught me something new. I love new information, so anytime I can learn it, I give props, and Ritaldo props, because really, I had no idea. Alright, so I'm gonna mess this name up. I'm not even gonna try it. You said lots of driveways in the Midwest have radiant heat, and you said my father-in-law was heating his whole machine shed. A machine shed? What's that? I'm learning so many new things. I can't keep up. But I love this. I love this exchange of information. Alright, so Chinchupat says good night. You have a great night, brother. Oro JK says Quantum, the game is too loud. I don't really have a way of fixing that at the moment. I don't think anyway. We're just gonna have to kind of tough it through at this point. We're almost finished. Zach, what's going on? You said my C10 just arrived today. Amazed by it with the settings that you recommend. You said I can't seem to access the BT 2020 for the override for BT 2020 color settings. Ugh. I'm seeing a lot of that lately. Some people have it, some people don't. I really don't know what's up with that. I'd try to contact LG about that because I really couldn't tell you how to fix that. We've got Max, what's going on? You said I'm thinking of getting Cyberpunk just for the sex show with Keanu Reeves mod. Oh my god. I don't even know anything about that, but I don't think I want to know. If it's anything like what it sounds like, I don't know. Zach, what's going on? You said anything you would suggest? Try the code 1113111. Yeah, I'd have to say just get with LG on that one, because that's beyond me. I don't know what's going on with their software. Ritual Day Low. Thank you, because I've been butchering your name so badly. Ritual Day Low. Now I can say it. Thank you, because I've really just been destroying it. So props to you, Ritual Day Low, for teaching me something. What's going on, Kelly? You said, thanks for being a member. You said, do you have game settings for the C10? I'm actually working on those really hard. It's really tricky, because you've got to kind of make sure things aren't too dark in those darkest scenes of some games, so I'm trying to test it across multiple games, but long story short, no, not yet. in progress. They are a work in progress, but it does take a little bit of time, so please be a little patient with me. Ritual Daylo says, do you have a good game setting for the Sony X900H? I like the TV. I have settings for the Sony X900H. If they're great or not, I can't really say. I didn't really like the TV. I think the colors got a whole hell of a lot better than what they were. But, I mean, I wasn't impressed with it. So it's kind of hard because I kind of have extraordinarily high standards. So it's really hard to say. But I don't know. It could help you out. Isaac, what's going on? You said hi, Quantum. Hope your family's doing good. We're doing good. Just to kind of fill you in, Isaac, I'm doing my little corrective treatments, and I'm pretty good so far. I'm taking my medication less and less each day. I'm happy, and I couldn't really ask for more. So I'm starting to rebound. Who knows? I might be able to get back on camera soon. That's the goal here, to get healthy, right? So that part of it's really good. And then you go on to say, do you still recommend the Sony X940 still available just for cable and movies? Nah, I think at this point that ship has sailed. There are going to be better TVs for the same, I'd imagine over $2,000 to $2,000 that they're going to be charging for the 940. So I would just let it go. Calvin, what's going on? You said, what do you think of the Vizio Q70 or Q7H1? I think the Vizio OLED is impressive. If this is the H1 that I'm thinking of, and I'm not like butchering something, Vizio OLED is fantastic. I really don't have any bad things to say about it. If it's not that model, and I'm getting models wrong, you're gonna have to let me know which one it is. Skating Pro says, I think that secret menu for LG is strictly to the BS or BX from what I have seen. He said for those that can't access it. But it's weird because I have the C10 and I have the same secret menu, so I don't understand why some C10 owners have it and why some C10 owners don't. I had it on both the B10 and the C10, so like LG is really like screwing some people because not being able to have that is like, why though? Like that adds a great benefit of control to your product, but I don't know. That's just an oversight, a massive oversight by LG for sure. Radiant heated driveways in the Northeast is not common, expensive. Is not common, it's expensive. You said salt and sand driveway. You said salt and sand on driveways only when it. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, it sounds expensive. A heated driveway does not sound like something the average Joe would have at all. So hey, that's pretty good though. Still, heated driveway. That's pretty cool. I mean, I imagine like heated floors, you know, heated driveways. Why not, you know? I now know the seems legit. You truly are. We've got Isaac giving a thumbs up. Thumbs up right back, brother. We've got Calvin. What's going on? You said thank you. No problem. And we have Meshari. What's going on? You said, is motion a deal breaker for the Sony A8G? Absolutely not. Motion is actually quite exceptional once you start getting up into the higher refresh rates like 60p. And then when you're in movies, unlike the X1 Ultimate chipsets that are out on the market today, there's a legacy feature called 24p auto sync, and this works flawlessly. Now I know there are TVs out there that allow you to just automatically set up, you know, whatever, you know, like you can set parameters however you want, right? But let me tell you, when you set 24p auto sync and you're not dealing with all those other motion smoothing options, or you're dealing with, like, you know, like some people like LG has their like True Cinema or something. I can't keep up with all these weird names, right? But the point being, 24p auto sync is like a true actual like 24p, and it's like the smoothest, most buttery smooth your movies are ever going to be. I use it all the time for Blu-rays when I'm using my Blu-ray player. Fantastic feature. So movies are great, and then when I'm watching like PC games, it translates really well. The only thing I would say that gets really rough is 30 FPS, and that's because there is no real smoothing feature for 30p, and it's kind of poorly adopted. And with smoothing features on, it helps a little bit, but you definitely will still see artifacts, but it's not a deal breaker at all. Like, literally at all. I still enjoy this TV a lot. Like, one of my favorite, if not my favorite TV in my house right now. It's literally neck and neck with the Samsung Q8 FM. Ritual Daylo says, I have seen, or you said, I have old eyes, so my standard is very low for TVs. Yeah, I can understand that. Not everybody is going to be as nitpicky as me. Though, unfortunately for me, I'm in a weird position where I used to do this professionally as far as calibrating TVs. I currently still do professional photography, which always sees me in front of a display, adjusting colors and photos when doing editing in Lightroom and Photoshop and all that other stuff. Video grading for YouTube footage. Like, I'm always doing something that's like adjusting colors and getting a keen eye, so it's really hard because it's like, how do I unsee that, you know? And then I noticed all these little differences, and that's what really sucks for me, because I wish I could be like everybody else and just buy a phone like the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE and just be totally happy with whatever quality they give me. Ignorance is bliss, no offense. Like, I'm not trying to like crap on you at all. Like, that's not at all what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, I really wish I could just be like everybody else and like not notice anything, because that would mean like I could get a C10, I could be blown away, I could be like everybody else and just gaslight whoever doesn't like it and like hype up how great they think it is. But like seeing it and comparing it and knowing the difference, man, I tell you, I don't know, man, my standards are ultra high, and I'm starting to see that now as the years stack on and seeing how the companies just can't keep up with those standards. So yeah, I guess it's just a product of what happens with time, I suppose. What do you expect from Hisense this year? I mean, more of the same of what we saw last year. Maybe mini LED, maybe a push for 8K, but nothing really game-shattering, honestly. Just kind of like an improvement to last year, I'd hope. If they can do that, that'd be great, but ultimately speaking, I'm not really expecting terrible much from Hisense, since they didn't really show much at CES. Alright guys, so with that, I'm going to get back to the family here. I think I've answered a bulk of the questions that I could in this time period. So I want you all to have wonderful, safe, and blessed nights. You guys take care. Until the next live stream and video, I will be seeing you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. And that's pretty much it, guys. Until the next video, I'll see you later.